afternoon. My name is Robin Yates. I'm the Vice Provost and Dean of Graduate Studies. On behalf of the University of Calgary and the Killam Trust, welcome to our 2020 Killam Celebration. We have over 150 people joining us today, and while this is certainly a change from our usual format, I'm so glad that we can come together, albeit virtually, to celebrate our incredible Killam Award recipients. Before we begin the program, I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the traditional territories of the people of Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, which includes the Black Confederacy comprising the Siksika, Piikani, and Kainai First Nations, as well as the Tina First Nations and the Stoney Nakoda, including the Chiniki, Bazport, and Wesley First Nation. The city of Calgary is also home to Métis Nation of Alberta Region 3. The University of Calgary is proud to be one of only 5 Killam universities in Canada. Valued at over $450 million across 5 universities and the Canada Council, the Killam Endowment constitutes the largest private endowment in Canada. We, the University of Calgary, are privileged to be part of this remarkable legacy. I'd now like to recognise the Killam trustees, who generously give many hours to ensure that the funds in the trust are well managed and used for the purposes intended. We are honoured to have them joining us today. Mr. Bernie Miller is a Deputy Minister of the Office of Strategy Management and Deputy Minister of Business for Nova Scotia. Mr. Miller is the Managing Trustee for the Killam Trust. Mr. Jim Dinning is a prominent Albertan. He's a former Provincial Cabinet Minister, a Fellow of the Institute of Corporate Directors, and a Chancellor Emeritus of the University of Calgary. Dr. Kevin Lynch is a former Clerk of the Privy Council of Canada and the current Vice Chair of the BMO Financial Group. He is also former Chancellor of the University of King's College. Ms. Brenda Eaton is a former Deputy Minister in British Columbia and is a Corporate Director for several boards in the public, private, and not-for-profit sectors. She was recognized by WXN as one of Canada's 100 most powerful women. I would also like to recognize the members of the committees who did the hard work of reviewing applications and adjudicating awards. The task of deciding this year's winners was not easy. The committees had to make hard decisions from a wealth of exceptional applicants, and we sincerely appreciate the time and care that goes into these decisions. The Killam Memorial Scholarship Committee is responsible for selecting the pre-doctoral laureates. The Killam Selection Committee is responsible for selecting the Research, Teaching, and Mentorship Awards. The McKeag Killam Teaching Award Committee selects the winner of the McKeag Killam Teaching Award. The Killam Postdoctoral Fellowship Committee is responsible for selecting the postdoctoral laureates. Thank you to all of the members of the Killam adjudication committees. I would also like to acknowledge the members of the university's executive leadership team who are joining us. President Ed McCauley, Provost and Vice President Academic Drew Marshall, Vice President William Galley, and Vice President Finance and Services Linda Galgetti. Lastly, thank you to the staff in the Provost Office, Research Services, and the Faculty of Graduate Studies who ensure that all things Killam run smoothly at the University of Calgary, and also to the advancement team for their support with today's virtual celebration. It is now my pleasure to introduce our university's President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ed McCauley, to share a few words.
Thank you, Dr. Yates, and welcome to all the distinguished guests joining us here online. Members of our executive leadership team had an opportunity to meet with the Killam trustees this morning and chat further about the incredible impact of Killam Laureates. This celebration is another great opportunity for us to look back together on the past year and highlight the accomplishments of our students, faculty, and staff. I'm personally filled with so much pride and inspiration at what this community has achieved. We've created timely and long-term positive change, elevating student experiences, accelerating research outcomes, and strengthening community connections. Moreover, we've done this with incredible support from our city and beyond. We closed Energize, the campaign for Eyes High, at over $1.41 billion, the third largest successful fundraising campaign in Canadian history. More than the scope, however, this campaign was about the belief from our community that a great research university can be the arc to the future of our city and our province. We can be the hub for bright minds to come together, to address difficult social challenges, to create new medical breakthroughs, technology, and businesses, and these will all strengthen the prosperity and resilience of our societies. This belief drives our university forward. Along the journey, we've gained significant momentum through the support of the Killam Trusts, because at its core, this program is about fueling the people, the incredible scholars and innovators behind every great idea. I've spoken recently about how critical it is for us to focus on a path that combines our people with our purpose as a research-intensive university. We want to create the conditions where our scholars can connect knowledge across diverse disciplines, and then mobilize this knowledge towards the grand challenges in areas of excellence, from city building to life sciences. The Killam Trust have provided integral support towards this goal, and we consider it a tremendous privilege to be one of Canada's Killam universities. I'd like to take a moment here to thank the Killam trustees, members of the selection committees, and other leaders who make this program possible. I also want to acknowledge the leaders who contribute to the caliber of teaching and innovation at our university, including our chancellor, leadership teams, student and community leaders, and many other supporters. And I want to close with a note of thanks and congratulations to our Killam Laureates. You share the gifts of your time, talent, mentorship, and so much more every day at our university. And we are so proud of your accomplishments. Congratulations. It's now my pleasure to turn the mic over to Bernie Miller, Managing Trustee of the Killam Trust, to share a few words. Mr. Miller, over to you.
Thank you very much, Ed, and thank you for the insightful information about the future of the University of Calgary, and also congratulations on the accomplishments that are being achieved. As Robin mentioned in his opening remarks, the Killam Trusts are, in fact, the largest philanthropic donation to post-secondary research and scholarship in Canada ever. And it's really a remarkable story. $1 billion has been committed to post-secondary scholarship and research since 1965. $1 billion, that is a remarkable amount of money. And what I want to do is just take a moment to tell you how that came to be. It all started in a small town called Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, and a young man who worked in a bank but wanted to accomplish greater things as Canada was industrializing. And he went from Yarmouth to Halifax to Montreal and eventually found himself as the president of Royal Securities. His name was Isaac Walton Killam, and he built a vast financial empire across Canada. He was a capitalist of the first order. And while Canada was industrializing, he built a substantial fortune, and at one time was probably the wealthiest man in Canada. In 1955, he passed away with $100 million, which at the time, in real dollars today would be close to being a billionaire. And 50% of his estate went to succession duties, which helped form the Canada Council. And the Canada Council at the time in 1955 was just getting started, and it was fundamental to creating an endowment for scholarships in Canada, and ultimately evolved into the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council. The next chapter in the story is really another remarkable chapter, and it has to do with Dorothy Killam, his spouse. They were true partners in the building of the empire, and after his death, she took her share of the estate, $50 million, and within 10 years had turned it into $100 million. And that $100 million on her death became the foundation of the Killam Trusts. And over that time period, since 1965, as I said, $1 billion has been committed. And her ambition was to build Canada's future through advanced study. And she had a very forward-looking view that if she provided scholarships, fellowships, prizes, and other funding to scholars who contribute to building Canada's future, her ambition would be achieved. And we do an annual visit, and we are so delighted when we meet with the scholars to know that Mrs. Killam would know that you're carrying out this important legacy. We've updated the Killam values. Among them are research excellence, superior, groundbreaking, best-in-class work, innovation, which is original, future-focused generation of new knowledge and technology that will change the way we live, humanity, which involves compassion, inclusion, and understanding of people, cultures, and the needs that all need to participate and benefit in society, and finally, transdisciplinary collaboration. And we were so delighted when we were meeting with Ed this morning to discover that those values are so closely aligned with the values of the University of Calgary. And when I think about the values that are articulated there, I also think of the Killam Memorial Chair and Walter Herzog, the current Killam Memorial Chair. The Killam Memorial Chair is a chair held for a 5-year term awarded to an internationally recognized scholar in science or engineering with a superior record of attracting and supervising graduate students and postdoctoral fellows. And Walter Herzog has carried this role with distinction and represents all of the values Mrs. Killam speaks of. But I did want to tell you a little story about transdisciplinary scholarship and Walter. In 2018, Walter was one of 5 recipients of the Killam Prize, and it's awarded annually by the Canada Council for the Arts, and it is the most prestigious prize in Canada for scholarship. And after he received his award, we held a small reception here in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and he and the other 5 Killam winners had a lively discussion. They all came from different disciplines, and in the course of their discussion, they found that rhythm was one thing that was common to all of them. They didn't leave it at that, though. They did decide that that was a tremendous opportunity for these scholars of great repute to get together, reach beyond their area of discipline, and create a symposium on how each one of them could find common purpose in studying rhythm. And I thought that was a great example, especially as the University of Calgary talks about transdisciplinary collaboration, that it is something that Walter lives, and I'm sure many of the scholars at the University of Calgary live. It's a way of looking and transcending your own disciplinary boundary and creating a better future. So with that, I want to acknowledge on behalf of the Killam trustees, the contribution Dr. Herzog makes as Killam chair. He's currently in Brazil. And on behalf of the trustees, we wish him, his team, and all of you continued success.
Well, thank you, Bernie. My name's Drew Marshall, and I'm the Provost and Vice President Academic at the University of Calgary. My colleague, Bill Galley, and I are thrilled to share the honor of announcing the University of Calgary faculty members who are being recognized today. We applaud you for your dedication and your commitment and the countless hours you've invested to make a difference. Your efforts help to create an environment of excellence that will nurture and inspire others who follow and contribute to the University of Calgary and Calgary's vision. Your achievements are a credit to the University of Calgary and to the Killam name. The Killam Annual Professor Awards recognize faculty members with a record of outstanding teaching and research scholarship, as well as a record of service with the university, their profession, and the community. This year's annual Killam Annual Professors are Dr. Deborah Marshall is a professor in the departments of Community Health Sciences and Medicine in the Cummings School of Medicine. Dr. John Chen, as he is effectively known, in a professor in the Department of Chemical and Petroleum Engineering at the Schulich School of Engineering. Dr. Raylene Reimer de Bruin is a professor and associate dean research in the Faculty of Kinesiology. Dr. Keith Dobson is a professor in the Department of Psychology in the Faculty of Arts. And Dr. Aretha Van Herk is a professor in the Department of English in the Faculty of Arts. We'd like to share a few words from this year's recipients.
What I've always found to be the most rewarding part of my career, and what I've often told others, is working with graduate students.
Seeing the effect of my passion for good writing on the many students I have taught.
I have trained so many graduate students and postdoc fellows, almost 200 in my career. Many of them have been really successful in their career.
The graduate students and the postdocs, they not only push me to be a better scientist, but I hope I've helped them to gain new insights and just become better scientists themselves.
It's been the most rewarding thing for me to engage with patients in a meaningful way, to co-design and co-produce relevant research.
To receive the Killam Annual Professor Award is really meaningful to me. When I was a PhD student, I received the Killam Doctoral Award. And so now, many decades later, to receive the Killam Professor Award is really feels outstanding and kind of a closing of the circle from trainee to supervisor, and just a great honor to receive this reward this year.
I'm extremely humbled to receive a Killam Professor Award. This award means I've made some important and meaningful contributions to research, teaching, and academic service.
I know that this is a high distinction, and I certainly don't take it for granted at all. It means a lot to me in my career to be able to receive this recognition.
I'm grateful for the honor of the Killam Award, since recognized leaders feel that my research represents meaningful contributions in my field of scholarship.
Being one of the universities in Canada that has a Killam program is an aspect of the University of Calgary that is incredibly encouraging. Thank you so much.
Congratulations again to the annual Professor Award recipients. My name is Bill Galley, and I'm the Vice President of Research at the University of Calgary, and it's so great to be here for the Killam Award celebration online today. Our next award category is the Killam Emerging Research Leader Awards. The Killam Trusts are invested in recognizing faculty who have, early in their careers, made outstanding contributions to research. One award is given for research related to the mandate of each of Canada's research councils, CIHR, NSERC, and SSHRC. The award recipient for CIHR is Dr. Marie-Claire Arrieta, Assistant Professor in the Cummings School of Medicine. Dr. Arrieta is an international leader in the gut microbiome field. Her research examines the interactions between the early life gut microbiome and infant immune systems. Dr. Arrieta has demonstrated the connection between the microbiome and immune challenges that lead to asthma, the most common pediatric chronic disease. The award recipient for NSERC is Dr. Tricia Stadnik, Associate Professor in the Faculty of Arts. Dr. Stadnik is an emerging international leader in hydrologic modeling. Her research contributes to our understanding of water and water supply in the future of our changing climate. Her research combines engineering, environmental science, and earth and planetary sciences, and together these contribute to understanding how climate change will impact future water availability. And then lastly, the award recipient for SSHRC is Dr. Melanie Knoll, Associate Professor in the Faculty of Arts. Dr. Knoll is an international leader in understanding and mitigating social, cognitive, economic, and mental health impacts of pediatric chronic pain. Her research provides compelling evidence on how children remember pain and how that sets the stage for future pain experiences. Congratulations to all of our emerging research leaders. We wish you all continued success. Shifting gears, it is now my pleasure to announce the recipients of the Killam Research and Teaching Awards, which honor outstanding teaching and research at the University of Calgary. The first of these awards is the Killam Award in Undergraduate Mentorship. And it's my pleasure to introduce the winner as Dr. Fabiola Aparicio-Ting. Fabiola is a former office neighbor of mine, and I'm delighted to honor her here. Fabiola puts students' needs and learning at the forefront and supports students in discovering and developing their own interests. She provides research experiences in a supportive environment that encourages students to take on new challenges. The result is provision of research experience that is engaging and aligned with the skills needed for students to fulfill their aspirations. Our next award is the Killam Graduate Supervision and Mentorship Award. This is awarded to a faculty member with an exceptional record of supervising and mentoring graduate students. And this year's recipient is Dr. Adam Curtin, professor in the Cummings School of Medicine. In Dr. Curtin's lab, trainees are important members of the team and given ownership of real, original, and important projects. It is a multidisciplinary environment where learners are encouraged to branch out from their comfort zones and learn from diverse experiences. Dr. Curtin encourages his trainees to consider why their research matters, motivating and inspiring the next generation of researchers.
Thank you, Joel. Our next category is the McCaig Killam Teaching Award. When Anne McCaig, who's both a former Killam trustee and chancellor at the University of Calgary, retired after 22 years as a Killam trustee, we named our Killam Teaching Award the McCaig Killam Teaching Award in recognition of Anne's tremendous contributions, both to the Killam Trust and the University of Calgary. The McCaig Killam Teaching Award is awarded to an individual for outstanding contributions to teaching and learning at the university. This year's award goes to Dr. Reid Ferber from the Faculty of Kinesiology. Dr. Ferber is dedicated to creating experiences that best support student learning, to strong mentorship of students and colleagues, and to providing extraordinary educational leadership. Dr. Ferber has taken the initiative to help improve the student experience and education of our undergrad and graduate students and create a genuine culture of excellence. We'll next hear a few words from Reid.
I'm deeply honored to be selected for this award. I've always been the oddball, the extrovert. I am definitely the loud one in the room. I'm the optimist. I'm the guy who wears the bow tie every day. I'm the instructor who jumps up on desks and tables. I really do try to be humorous, and I try to tell as many stories as I can in order to bring the academic content to life. But I'm also somebody who always asks the question, why is it always done this way? And how can I do it differently? While much attention is paid to the research we publish and the grants we receive, I firmly believe the most important product we create at the university are our graduating students. Over the many years of teaching, I have tried to instill in them a deeper understanding of the learning process, principles of hard work, collaboration, critical thinking, and gratitude. I am very grateful to have the support of Dr. Penny Worthner, who nominated me. I'm also very grateful to the university, to the McCaig family, and of course to the Killam Trust. Thank you very much.
Now I'm pleased to present our most prestigious award for research, the Killam Research Excellence Award recipient. This year's awardee is Dr. Julie Drolet, professor in the Faculty of Social Work. Dr. Drolet's research has led to the recognition of the role of social workers in long-term disaster recovery, both in Canada and internationally. She has also significantly contributed to our understanding of how to better integrate research in social work field education. She is an expert researcher, educator, and practitioner, and she drives positive change in her field through her unwavering commitment. Here is what Julie has to say about receiving this award.
I'm Julie Drolet, a professor in the Faculty of Social Work at the University of Calgary. It is an honor and privilege to be selected for the Killam Research Excellence Award in 2020. My research is in the field of international social work with a focus on climate change, disasters and sustainable development, field education, immigrant settlement and integration, refugee resettlement and forced migration, and social protection. My research has been funded in part by SSHRC, Alberta Innovates, and the Canadian Foundation for Innovation. In my work, I adopt a social development perspective that integrates the social, economic, and environmental dimensions that acknowledge the importance of our relationships and person-environment interactions. Research is an important aspect of the social work profession because it promotes social change and works from values and principles of social justice, collective responsibility, and respect for diversities. Over the years, I have created many partnerships to advance research and field education in a number of countries, including the Kingdom of Eswatini, India, Ethiopia, the United States, Taiwan, Australia, and with professional social work associations in Alberta, in Canada, and internationally. Through my research and scholarship, I create practice research opportunities for students and trainees to develop their skills and contribute to the creation of new knowledge and innovation. I would like to thank the Killam Trust for the recognition of my scholarship and for this prestigious award as a Killam Laureate.
And before I pass it back to Robin, I'd like to highlight our Killam Visiting Scholar Award. Dr. Dawn Anderson of the University of Iowa will be visiting our campus starting in 2021 and will be hosted by the Faculty of Kinesiology. Dr. Anderson is amongst the most prominent biomechanists in the United States and is a global leader in post-traumatic osteoarthritis.
Thank you, Drew. Congratulations to all of our faculty recipients. This past year, you've been recognized for your mentoring, your talent in education, your research, and your service to the community. As visionaries and leaders, you have courageously and are courageously advancing knowledge at the University of Calgary. We're now going to switch gears and we're going to honor and recognize the post and pre-doctoral laureates. But before we present the recipients, we want to provide a sense of the breadth and the impact of the research being conducted by these stellar scholars. We've compiled a video featuring one of our first-year pre-doctoral laureates, Kaltrina Kusari, to share more about her research and the global impact that she hopes to make.
My name is Kaltrina Kusari. I'm currently completing a PhD at the Faculty of Social Work, and my main area of focus is migration. My research focuses on the experiences of returned migrant women to Kosovo. One of the subcategories of that is looking at migration and how migration is changing the societies that we live in. Migration has been a constant part of our history as Albanians from Kosovo, and I don't see it ending anytime soon, whether that's leaving for work or seeking asylum or returning. And I'm truly hoping that this research will not only inform my work with migrants, but can inform the work of other frontline workers. Increasingly, migrants are women, and so I'm interested in exploring migration as a gendered process. So I'm really interested to see whether their experiences of return really support repatriation as a policy solution, but also to see what are some of the main elements that help them in repatriation. The reason I came to University of Calgary is because it was one of the few universities that had a social work degree that focused on international and community development. So it was that specialization that brought me here. Outcomes I'm really hoping to achieve. First, to let women who participate in this research really know how important their voices are, even though they have been silenced for a really long time. And secondly, to inform policies from knowledge that comes from the ground, from someone who has lived experience of returning. Winning the Killam scholarship has been a significant step, I think, for me in my academic career. A lot of people know that the Killam is a very prestigious award. And so in that sense, I feel very honored that I was among those who were selected for the Killam Award, and really trusted that I can do a good job to investigate the process of return migration.
The Killam Postdoctoral Fellowship enables new, exceptional scholars to work at the University of Calgary to consolidate their research training, develop and initiate original research in their discipline, and to participate in and contribute to the activities of the host department or unit. The 2020-2022 Killam Postdoctoral Laureate is Dr. Abhijit Alasay in the Department of Physics and Astronomy in the Faculty of Science. Dr. Alasay is training under the supervision of Dr. Barry Sanders and Dr. David Feder. Dr. Alizé's work examines quantum simulation algorithms and how to overcome the obstacles to scaling up quantum computers for wide use. Prior Killam postdoctoral laureates who are continuing their terms at the University of Calgary are Dr. Haley Jansen in the Cummings School of Medicine, Dr. Jordan Square in the Cummings School of Medicine, and Dr. Ashley Ware in the Faculty of Arts. The pre-doctoral Killam Scholarship is the most prestigious award available to PhD students at the University of Calgary. Not surprisingly, many of the recipients of the Killam Pre-Doctoral Scholarship are also recipients of scholarships from national granting agencies and other sources. This year, we have 22 first-year and 4 second-year Killam Laureates. This, above all, is a celebration of their achievements. The Isaac Walton Killam Memorial Scholarship first-year laureates are Malad Amati Kashui, Schulich School of Engineering, Muhammad Ali Ahmadi, Galina Beloyevskaya, Catherine Blair, Danilo Boham, Faculty of Arts, Kirsty Brown, Cummings School of Medicine, James Bull, Faculty of Science, Crystal Choksky, Faculty of Arts, Megan Cluchet, Faculty of Arts, Ali Fatihi Asanabad, Cummings School of Medicine, Kaltrina Kusari, Faculty of Social Work, Chelsea Moran, Faculty of Arts, Amiko Muraki, Faculty of Arts, Dustin Nikolic, Faculty of Arts, Ocean Olu Watamiye, Faculty of Science, Brittany Paris, Workman School of Education, Kenny Pennanen, Faculty of Arts, Abdullah Sahan, Faculty of Science, Mason Scott-Hart, Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, Karita Thomas, Faculty of Arts, Lee Van Dyke, Faculty of Arts, and Jared Boris, Faculty of Science. The Isaac Walton Killam Memorial Scholarship second-year laureates are Sarthak Sinha, Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, Roberta Gabriel Ramos Mota, Faculty of Science, Kelso Neto, Faculty of Arts, and finally, Joshua Whitehead, Faculty of Arts. Our pre-doctoral laureates are joining us in the audience this afternoon, but we caught up with a few of them in advance for today to hear what this recognition means to them.
My research focuses on the fundamental process underlying our ability to understand language, the process of connecting meaning to words.
My research is focused on engaging the public with the ways that we are starting to use algorithmic decision-making systems in society.
My research project involves cardioimmunology. What that means is looking at the immune system and how that affects the function of the heart.
My research is focused on the evolution and the growth of the Tyrannosaur dinosaurs that lived here in Alberta between 80 and 66 million years ago.
I study artificial intelligence and specifically word prediction, AI, from the social sciences.
My research is in anthropology, and it's about land conflicts and indigenous activism in the Russian Arctic.
Well, my research mostly revolves around language perception and production.
We're actually developing a solution that allows us to detect this condition as early as possible so that we can prevent blindness and irreversible vision loss for people.
My research focuses on formative feedback processes in higher education.
So my research is focused on the intestinal microbiome, which is the collection of bacteria, fungi, and viruses that live in the intestinal tract.
This project offers a unique way of purifying energy-derived waste materials and also creating a resource.
This Killam Award is important to me because I feel like this will be really useful for understanding how we can learn from our past environments and how we can apply those to our future world.
My research looks at the impact of technology and the gig economy on the labor market participation of illegalized immigrant women from the Caribbean.
This award means a lot to me. It has a big impact in terms of the future career that I hope to have as a clinician scientist.
This award inspires me to put generous thinking at the core of my work, just like the Killams did so many years ago.
This award is very humbling and very meaningful to me because it means that the Killam Scholarship Committee saw value in my research and also value in my potential as a researcher.
The Killam Award really enabled me to do high quality research.
It just feels extremely validating to have my work and my ideas recognized by such a prestigious institution.
This award will greatly impact my research. In particular, it will really enable me to disseminate my work around the world and connect with people around the world.
And this has made me believe that nothing is impossible to accomplish. As long as you're hardworking, you stay focused, and you put your mind to it, you can achieve anything.
This award also recognizes some of the best minds in the country. So being a part of it is a tremendous accomplishment for me.
I'm being recognized by an institution that I am so proud to be a part of. And I'm recognized as being one of those top graduate students, and it just really felt so special and so spectacular to be part of this cohort.
I'd like to invite Bernie Miller, Managing Trustee, back on screen to announce the final award of the day.
Thank you, Robin. Donald Byers was the original Managing Trustee of the Killam Trusts, and he inspired through his commitment and dedication the Byers Prize. The Byers Prize is awarded to the first-year Killam Laureate for having the clearest and best presented plan of study and research among all successful candidates. It's an honor to announce that our 2020 recipient of the $1,000 Donald N. Byers Prize is Galina Belabushka, and I had a lot of fun surprising Galina by Zoom, and I want to share a clip of that with you.
It actually looks like we have a special guest that might have just joined us.
Hi, Galina.
Hello.
My name's Bernie Miller. I'm the Managing Trustee of the Killam Trusts. And I'm actually joining you from Nova Scotia. I understand you're one of the Killam Laureates.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that. But
Thank you so much.
There is something called the Donald N. Byers Memorial Killam Prize. And Don Byers was the first Managing Trustee. And the University of Calgary has, as a legacy for Don Byers, created the Byers Prize. And it's really to recognize those Killam Laureates that had the clearest and best presented plan of study and research. And I've been joining this call really to surprise you and tell you that you're the Don Byers Prize winner this year. So I wanted to personally extend the congratulations of the Killam Trust
so much
for that accomplishment. Your statement of program of studies and research stood out amongst all others, and the even better news is $1,000 goes along with the Don Byers Prize. So I did want to let you know personally and extend our congratulations and ask you, does this come as a surprise to you?
Yeah, I want to say that I love Canada because, you know, I got here my chance to do my research. And this is very important for me. I got my opportunity to do something, to say what I want to say. And I really appreciate it. And it's just like, oh my God. Thank you so much.
Well, congratulations. It's a great honor to be a Killam Laureate, but the added benefit of being recognized with the Killam Prize really sets you apart. And we really do congratulate you, and we're glad you're here in Canada and Alberta. And if you ever come to Nova Scotia, visit Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, the hometown of Isaac Killam.
Nice to meet you.
And all the very best with the continued path of your studies.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bernie, and congratulations, Galina. A special thank you to all our guests, the Killam trustees, and to everyone joining us this afternoon. Going virtual was a new experience for us, and I'm glad we were able to make it work. If you had any connection issues throughout the program, or if you're just interested in watching some of the videos again, they will be made publicly available online. The award winners this year are truly remarkable, and we are honored to recognize their achievements publicly. As we close out the event, I'd like to play one last video to thank the Killam trustees.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be a recipient of this award.
Thank you for your generosity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I would like to take this opportunity and from the bottom of my heart thank the Killam trustees. None of this would have been possible without them, so thank you very much.
Thank you guys so very much. I've really appreciated the support that you've given me.
I just want to say a big thank you. I am honored to be a recipient of the Killam Scholarship.
I want to say thank you very much to all the Killam trustees.
So having this funding, this foundation, and the acknowledgement and recognition is so meaningful to me.
Thank you.
So to the Killam trustees, thank you so much. Or as we would say in the Hioiwen Ginaraskuntin, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
I would like to say thank you so much, Killam trustees.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to all of the trustees for your hard work and your dedication to this fund.
This recognition just kind of reminds me that it is an impactful effort, and I'm really grateful for that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.